Hey everyone, this is Erin Ashley Simon.
Brandon Killabh.
And welcome to another episode of Grassroots Podcast, where it's not just about the past or the present, it's also about the future. And there's a lot of shit going on in the future right now.
Mad shit going on right now.
Mad shit. Oh my God, from holograms to reboots to people not getting paid enough to fucking having over 20 girlfriends and shit like that.
To Black Panther being really thought to be the Black Panther movie about Black Panther.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild.
Yo, people are wild. They're crazy. I don't know.
I'm excited about these topics. I can't wait to get into them.
Yes.
Let's start with Justin Timberlake performing at this year's Super Bowl. Did you hear the album yet? I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard it, honestly. Yep. And it's not because I don't want to hear it. I just haven't really had time to listen to it.
No, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. I don't want to hear it right now, only just because I was saying this to somebody. I feel like when you name an album or dedicate an album to your family, 9 times out of 10, I feel like it's a crutch where it may not be your best work. So you use it like in a way where it's like, all right, look, guys, if this isn't really good, fucking, I dedicated it to my my family. It's for my family. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but and plus the artwork and some of the records that I've heard, it didn't sound like Justin that I'm used to. So I'm a little weary. I am gonna listen to it though because I'm a Justin Timberlake fan.
Well, but I mean, he's older. He's not the Justin from before. You know, it's not the same one. So I can understand him adjusting, but I don't know. I mean, I'll be keeping a buck. Like, I'll try and get to it when I can, or I'll just wait till the halftime performance.
But that's the thing. I feel like this is in reverse. So you know how like everyone didn't want to hear Mary J. Blige once she got happy. They liked Mary J. Blige when she was heartbroken and what's the 411. I feel like now that Justin Timberlake is, you know, with has a family, married, and has a kid, and he's not out in these streets, I think that that may have impacted his music slightly. And I haven't heard the album, so I don't know. I'm just solely going off of reviews that I've heard and some of the snippets and just even the teasers and the direction that he's put out as far as like his concepts or his marketing plan. So I don't know.
You can't really compete with them heartbreak albums. Those usually end up being classics. You can't, like, it's kind of hard to kind of compare to those heartbreaks projects.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the heartbreak albums are the ones you fucking can really like identify with and like, so I don't know. I don't know.
Random question. It's kind of off topic. I saw a tweet about someone. I mean, it's kind of going along with the heartbreak relationship. People like music that people can relate to. Someone, I forget. I think the artist's name is Mayweather. That he tweeted this. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he tweeted saying that Drake makes victim music. Like,
I think I read something like that.
Yeah. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, making music for, like, the people in relationships and stuff that, like, want to be the victims in those situations, or, like, the you broke my heart kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know if it's victim music. I definitely think I think Drake does a great job of putting a spin on his faults and rationalizing his faults. I don't know if it's victim making music. I don't know if that's the sole targeted experience that he's going with to say, let me put these records out and make sure no one's hurt. I'm protecting everyone's feelings out here. I don't think it's that. I just think that creatively he may not be able to deal with some of the hurt that he's probably put out. So what he does is he makes rationalization type of music, and it's catchy enough.
Deep down, we all, like, everyone can act like, oh, I don't care. No, you would care. Like, especially if it was that special person and they're, like, happier.
Speaking of special people, I wonder how Courtney on Peachtree is doing. No one ever asked about her anymore. I wonder how she's doing. I wonder if she even still lives on Peachtree.
I don't know.
All right, whatever.
I do know about the girl who the girl he referenced.
I know mad
college.
girls that he referenced.
The one that he talked about college and stuff.
I
actually know who that is.
Oh no, I know a few people that he spoke about on the records. Not personally, but I know them offhand. All right, never mind. All right, anyway,
back to Justin Timberlake.
Back to Justin. So Justin this year, he is headlining and performing at the Super Bowl. it's come out, and I don't know if it's confirmed or whatever, but apparently Janet Jackson will not be there. But he is doing a tribute to Prince via hologram. And he's got fireworks. I know TMZ released this big video of him walking across the stage and fireworks and all this shit. Yeah. I really want to get down to the hologram usage. Yeah. Now, this is in Prince's hometown. He did a listening party on Prince's estate, I think it was, right? Mm-hmm. So how are we feeling about this? Are we for the hologram usage? Now, mind you, this is Prince, iconic. Everyone knows that Prince was very introspective and very deep and cryptic in the way that he maneuvered within the music industry, and/or how he created music, and/or how he felt about business within the music, hence him going from Prince and being the symbol. Mm-hmm. So do we think that Prince, if Prince were alive, let's say, and Justin wanted to do something like that, which may not make sense, but playing devil's advocate and hypothetically speaking, do we think Prince would be okay with him being, with Justin using him as a hologram?
I mean, it depends on their relationship. I mean, Prince is one of those artists that was very critical of his music, his brand, his sound. Like, he's someone that, if he was not on board, he would say he's not on board. Like, he wanted his image to be solid in what he wanted. Yeah. So it's kind of that situation where it's like, really depends on their relationship. And if he gave the okay, or even if the family or the state, I mean, I'm sure the state gave the okay, but if his family even also gave the okay or anything like that. But I don't know. I'm just someone, I personally just don't like people making money off of the death of other people.
You feel like it's weird?
It feels weird to me. It feels weird that people are still getting money in their pockets from Michael Jackson. He's been dead for quite some time. And there's even people trying to use Aaliyah too. It just, for me, it just feels really weird. And I feel like if that is going to happen, it should and if you are going to use certain artists, it should be people that were close to that person, that best, help that person, or best you worked with that person to help build their brands, or you has to be close. It's kind of like when you make biopics without including the family or close friends. It just, for me, it kind of feels weird personally.
All right. So for me, I don't know if it's weird. I wouldn't say weird for me. I think from a moral compass perspective, I think it's off, right? Yeah. So, and even let's say for the families that approve it. Yeah. I have a lot of dead relatives. I would never want to see a hologram of them. It would bring back and stir up too much, emotion too many times. Yeah. It's almost like playing with someone's emotions, and I get it. It's entertainment, and partly because I really just think the whole hologram shit in itself is trash. I think it's really, really trash. I don't enjoy it. I don't think that creatively that's the best that you can do to put on a good show. I don't believe any of that. I just think that it's one of those things where people do it to, I guess, try to enhance the performance, or maybe create a moment in their performance based off of someone else's moment in time. So I'm not really a big fan of this. I just wonder, the other thing I think about too, though, is, let's say the hologram looks off. It's almost like when you go to a wax museum and you go to see someone and the shit looks completely...
Yeah, who's messed up? Was it Beyonce's that was messed up?
Yeah, Beyonce's looked crazy. Do y'all remember that? Beyonce looked fucking nuts in the museum. Nuts.
I think it was her.
So that's the other thing. You have to be pristine when doing holograms, or just emulation of people, or wax figures, or just shit like that, just in general. You have to be on point. That's the other thing. I would be worried about capturing someone so iconic as Prince the right way.
And another thing too, kind of going off what you're saying about how they are presented when they're doing holograms, you also have to keep in mind what phase in their career are you use, like what photo or representation in their career are you using as a performance? Because also when you're a family member, if you see a certain, you know, sometimes artists, they change how they look, they, you know, their appearance, their style can change over time. And if you use a certain one where it was like, bring up memories of a hard time when they had like drug issues or something like that can be kind of a sensitive matter. So is there so many variables? I just say, like, when artists die, just pay the respects, but just let them be. Yeah, I agree. You know, just let them rest in peace.
Even though I will say, that Tupac hologram scared the shit out of me. Keeping it all the way 1,000. Keeping it all the way. When that Tupac hologram came out online, I was like, holy shit. Yeah. It was a good hologram. It was a good one.
Yeah, what if they need to start using holograms for like greeting cards and stuff like that. Like you have like a feel better hologram card or some shit and you pop out, or a breakup one.
That's some Back to the Future shit.
That would actually be pretty dope.
Shit right now.
That'd be pretty dope. It's like you got a card where you want to break up with someone, and then you just open it and it shows you, and then you're just like,
your petty meter just went up to the 10th power to hologramly break up with someone.
I mean, but would that be better?
Via card is wild.
What do you think? Would that be better than texting them? Like straight up texting.
Like texting. That's like the new feature on the iPhone where you can slam it and the shit pops up in your screen, or you make the shake, the emoji shake, and that's
at least it's face to face.
That's wild shit.
At least it's face to face.
Yo,
like
cold blooded.
And
cold blooded.
There should be like a minimum of like how long you should talk. Like it shouldn't be like no 1 second thing where you're like, we're done.
You really got this shit mapped out though.
That's the funny shit.
Listen,
if they could do this, that would be actual dope ass business. I'm telling you right now. Hologram cards for different occasions, stuff like that. And then you got like a bachelorette card, and it comes out, you got like men's strippers, or even like a bachelor one, you got female strippers, holograms popping out.
Listen, nobody better not hologramly break up with me. That's all I know.
Yo, somebody send him one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break up from Grassroots Podcast.
Yeah, better not with no hologram.
Oh man, but that's definitely crazy. But that's not as crazy as the ish that's going on with Black Panther.
Man, oh man.
Oh my gosh.
There's so much drama surrounding this fucking film.
Can we just enjoy it? Like, does there have to be so much drama? Can we just enjoy movies? I feel like now, like we can't even enjoy freaking movies now. Like there's so much issues. Like now there's like alt-right groups that want to sabotage the Rotten Tomato ratings for this movie, and then there are people on Twitter who really need to start using Google, are thinking that Black Panther movie is about the Black Panther movement, and why can't we create a White Panther movie? Like, what?
Yo, the shit that's happening in Hollywood now is crazy. But I mean, this isn't our first time that we've seen this. When you think about the movie Bright, with Will Smith, they tried to sabotage that and said it was a horrible movie.
But Will Smith came back hard with that Instagram, though.
Come on! Sidebar, when we were talking about this, I think Will Smith on Instagram is the greatest person in the universe to follow. He inspires me. He makes me feel like I can do whatever I want. He makes me not give a shit about the haters. And
like
he
cool
really
uncle.
coaches. Yeah, he really coaches me through life throughout the day. I look forward to him posting videos. Yeah, so that was just my tidbit.
Do you think that he's gonna like devil's advocate / just poking fun? Do you think he's gonna be that person that like creates their own like spiritual organization, or like some like organization around energy and positivity, and then like start having stuff like that?
If anyone were to do it and it would be believable and or successful, I think it would be Will Smith. Like he really, you know how Instagram is not fucking real, right? But he really makes me believe that he is as happy as he is when he posts, and that's really his outlook on life, like just positivity, energy, and spirituality, and being conscious of the people that are around you, all of that spiritual embodiment shit that he's into, which I'm really, really into. Yeah, he makes me believe it. On and off camera via Instagram, I 100% believe Will Smith and stand by him.
And that also further explains like his kids, because you know how like before they were like his two kids are like they're weird, they're crazy, they're like out there. But then like when you start to hear Will talk, even sometimes when Jada puts stuff out, it's like, yo, they really allow their kids to be carefree and to be who they are and talk about whatever they want to talk about and handle criticism really well, because I think their father instills like this certain positive mindset and preparation for them to deal with all this. Like, I have to admit, like in terms of like young actors and singers and stuff like that and actresses, like they handle criticism really well, and now I get it why they are the way they are. Keeping
it a buck, it all makes sense. And not just because of Will, but just seeing how they are, like their own little idiosyncrasies and their little quirks that they all have made them really successful as a family, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like Jaden Smith's album, if y'all haven't heard it, it's an amazing project. I would have never thought in a million years, and no shade, I just would have never thought that him being so young would be able to make a body of work like that. Yeah. And I almost feel like it was like a sneak attack. Because I just feel like he just put it out, and I think it's under Rock Nation. But the way it was put out and the cryptic segments that he put out on his Instagram, it was all really, really done well. Yeah. But it just really gives a lot of, I'm sure he preaches that every day, but they may be tired of shit too. Like, Dad, stop with all this positive shit. I don't want to hear this fucking shit too. He may be a trip.
I don't know. I mean, of course, like no matter when it comes to parents, like there are going to be little things that your parents do that annoy the crap out of you, like always. But I think that like Jaden has his own like I believe he has his own water company where it's like something like that. But like even like still like when you think about celebs and stuff, like they'll be like doing music and fashion. Of course, some celebs, don't get me wrong, some certain celebs do philanthropic endeavors and all that. But someone his age, and the first thing he was like, I want to improve water, because that what basically is like what moves life and what gives life, and we need to keep that healthy and and water. So I think maybe he said something about like, I don't know, like possibly like water being in us and being a part. I don't know. He's on some deep stuff.
It was
but
some like real Yoda shit that he was talking about. Nevertheless, I just think that family is very interesting, and I think that what Will does on a daily basis on Instagram, I don't even think he realizes how many people that he impacts the way that he does on a daily basis, just from Instagramming motivational things, or just him out with his family and shit like that. You know, and I know we haven't even gotten into the Black Panther, but you know who else? I really enjoy their Instagram, Jim Jones. And the reason why I enjoy Jim Jones's Instagram is for the simple fact that he posts his kids so much. Like you can tell that him not having a father affected him growing up, and he really tries to instill morals and responsibility and shit into his son. I think that's super, super, super dope. Like we need more people like that in the universe to try to guide the youth and just their kids and want to be a part of their kids' lives. I just think that shit is like ill. It's super, super ill. I think it's dope. You know
who low-key needs their own, I don't know if you look at their content, you know who low-key needs like their own content series, like just based off of what they've been posting on social media. It's pretty funny. Plies.
All right, now, gorgeous. Wake up, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Wake up, gorgeous. Hey, baby, if you already up, just act like you sleep, baby. Come on, gorgeous. Come on, gorgeous. Let me take the little bonnet off your head. Come on. Let me take the little bonnet off your head, gorgeous. Let me take the little bonnet off your head. Oh, look at gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. Look. Hey, gorgeous, come on. I'm going to pamper you this morning, gorgeous. Come on. Wipe the little crust out your eye. Look at her. Wipe the little crust out of your eye. Look at gorgeous. Oh, look at her. Oh, she's so gorgeous. Look at gorgeous. I told you, baby, I'm going to wake you up every morning, gorgeous. Every morning, I'm going to wake you up, baby. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it. I want you to have a gorgeous day, gorgeous. Hey, gorgeous, what you are to me. Gorgeous, what you are to me.
Yeah. Fam.
Yo.
I don't know if Plies missed the boat already, though. Because Plies had a little bit of a wave. He had a wave when he was doing them car shots.
Oh.
And then something that happened where he got like robbed or some shit like that.
But no, the stuff he still puts out, like that, some of the shit's hilarious.
But I don't really see people, you know, really active posting, repost. Like there was a brief little run. He had like a 6-month run where Plies was just trending, and I think he was probably getting booked off of just posting about shit in the car.
Well, from what I've experienced and seen in media, like if you do things the right way, you could easily revive whatever you want to revive media wise. And I mean, that doesn't even mean media wise, even musically, just having the right team, having the right things. Yeah. So, but some of his stuff is really funny that I've seen. But I just,
all right, maybe I'll check for Plies again.
Who knows? We'll see. Maybe he's trying to work his way back up steps.
Could be. All right, let's get back on topic. So, Black Panther. So, how are we feeling about this? I think, number one, to your point, I think it's too much going into this movie. I want this to be really, really good, and I also want it to like let this breathe for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like you already have people trying to set it up where it's a negative spin. And they're turning it into an actual Black Panther movie, not Black Panther, the Marvel character. Like, I just don't think that it's fair. I think we're setting this movie up for, you know, like a dwindled expectation that it shouldn't be. I think this movie just needs to breathe a little bit. It's one of the more important. He's one of the more important characters in Marvel, and I think that. Society, and not all of society obviously, but society in general is trying to sabotage that.
I'm the kind of person like I'll glance at the Rotten Tomato rankings and like the viewer rankings and fan ratings and stuff like that, but I don't, if I'm gonna see a movie, it's because I want to see it. Like I don't always go off of that. Like it's a nice guidance, but yeah, like I just like can we just enjoy the fact that we have a freaking other Marvel movie coming out? Can we just enjoy the fact that like the storyline is a good storyline and like the cast and like people are being cast in this movie is phenomenal. Like just let me watch it. Like I don't want all this alt-right stuff. Just let me watch this movie, please.
Yeah, but I'm reading this right here. It says it's not clear how many users responded to an event before it was removed from Facebook, but some report had put that the number of people was 3,700 that negatively posted bad about Black Panther movie on fucking Rotten Tomatoes.
They got too much time on their hands.
Yeah, like y'all really analyze this.
That's too much time on your hands.
You took off work. You didn't take the subway.
You forgot to pay your taxes.
You didn't pay your taxes. You didn't pay your rent. Y'all really got together in a park or some shit with one laptop and started putting negative comments on a movie. That's wild.
Hashtag.
I'm off this shit.
Hashtag White Panther.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah, we keep saying every single episode, like people are crazy. Like it's just, I just don't understand some of the things that happen. Like I guess maybe sometimes I live in my comfortable, you know, not looking at news and social media bubble now and then. But
I just think because we don't be thinking about none of this shit the way people think about it. Like we just look at content. We just looking at. I just want to see the movie. I'm excited to see the movie.
Yeah, I just want to see the movie. That's the way I was excited to see other Marvel movies.
Yeah, like you going way too deep, man. Like he's not fucking putting a Black Panther party in setting it up in the woods in the movie, like
telling everyone to wear black.
Like y'all gotta chill for real. Y'all gotta chill, man. It's not that serious. But I mean, on a brighter note, it is shaping up to be one of the more grossly performing movies in the world. Not in the world, but in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's one of the highest. It's trending to be 130 million, but that's slated to what it's going to be. They don't know, but I mean, that's right out the gate. That's pretty good. I'm excited for this movie. Nevertheless, I will not let you dream stealers steal my joy. I'm excited about this movie. We need this movie. We need this movie.
Listen, I am prepared. I am ready. I want to go see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it when I was on Apple TV. I'm not letting you guys destroy my movie dreams. Like, just let me live.
Yeah.
The movies are the only time I can escape from all this bullshit. Like, let me live.
Gotta let me rock on this one. Sorry. Martin. We're gonna talk a little bit about Martin. So we've gotten a little bit of wind, just like everyone else, that Martin, the show, may be doing a reboot.
Yeah.
Now we talked about this in our group me chat. It's the Grassroots Podcast group me chat. We'll put this in the link in the bio, in the description rather, or somewhere in there. You guys will see it, so you can join. You'll join the conversation. But so apparently, Gina. Tisha Campbell, obviously, Martin. She did an interview and they asked her, they had gotten wind that she was going to be a part of the Martin reboot. She didn't say that it wasn't happening, but she didn't confirm it either. Yeah. So she pretty much just said that she couldn't say. She did say, though, that her and Martin had a conversation and that they were, I guess, on good terms. Yeah. They were on good terms. So, I mean, my thing is, okay, and Tashina Arnold, they just fast forward, and these guys, they went and they recently had some steak dinner or lunch or some shit, some rich people shit that me and Erin can't afford. Nevertheless, they went out and hung out and shit together. They seem happy. I'm confused. I'll say why. For me, first, I was listening to a podcast with Rosenberg and Mike Tyson, and Martin was a guest on there, and they brought up about him possibly doing a Martin reboot, or if he ever thought about it, or whatever, or what may have you, and he shut the rumor down completely. He said, no, I wouldn't do it. There's I kind of want it to be what it is, and I just wouldn't feel right, especially because Tommy is not around. Yeah,
can't do it without Tommy.
Yeah. So me and you were talking about this a few days ago when this first came out. We were like, I can't see the show originally. Before these pictures came out, we said I was like, yo, I don't see this happening. Number one, because Martin, they all were beefing. Martin was beefing with Gina and freaking, I'm getting a brain fart. BDB, damn it, Pam.
Tashina?
Yeah.
Oh, Pam.
Was beefing with them, so they weren't on good terms. And then my other thought is, even if they get on good terms, who's to replace Tommy? God rest his soul, passed away. So I'm like, how is this supposed to work? Like, how are you supposed to pull this off? And then now we have a picture of them out doing some rich people shit.
It would be interesting if they reveal they're like, oh, he went away to some other country or some shit for work or something like that, or I could see them just kind of doing something like that, or because it would just not make sense to get another person to replace him. It just feels weird. Like, if you're gonna have the original cast, have the original cast. But I think they're maybe gonna write it off where it's like he goes and off and does something, or he tries to find himself or some shit like that, or him and he's become a family man or something and goes to Africa or some shit. I don't know, just writing off in the script that way.
Well, someone on Twitter, I think it was, they said that they could see him being written off the show, like he passed away, like that's how they all got back together, some shit like that. That's morbid. My other issue is chemistry. I think Martin, it's one of the rare comedies, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. You can tell that the on-screen chemistry that they had was just immaculate, at least until the last couple of seasons. Those last couple of seasons were really, really bad. Do you remember that when they had that whole legal issue? And I don't even know if that was ever confirmed, but they couldn't be in the same room together because there was a issue between Gina and Martin, and you could just tell it was they kept missing each other, and they were in different scenes, and everyone was separated because I guess that they were starting to have a really, really major fallout. Those last couple seasons of Martin were fucking horrendous, but They look in good spirits. Question is, are we here for this shit? Do we really want them to touch a classic fucking show like Martin?
I mean, it's kind of like those. It's kind of a little bit different than what people usually do. Like when other people try to like touch a classic or whatever, like they don't have the entire original cast. I mean, at least they have a majority of the original cast. I just don't know if it's going to be the same feeling and experience when watching it, and I don't know like if it's going to be something where they're going to like fine tune it so that it can also appeal to like the younger demographic to kind of get them in. I mean, I don't know, like it's kind of hard. Like I do hope that it does well, because like I said, all of them are still in there, but at the same time it's like you kind of don't want to tarnish a classic in any way. Like it could be a hit or a miss. Like if it's a hit, good, but you don't want that to be a miss, because people are gonna remember that miss.
It's a bad miss,
you know. So it's just like one of those things where I don't know. To be honest, like I do hope it does well, because like you said, it's a classic and it was one of my favorite shows too. But like you don't have Tommy, so how are you gonna handle that? How is the chemistry still after all these years? That's another question too. Like you could see the chemistry, like that one scene where all of them were sitting at the table and Martin had the fucking dog, that fake dog, and he's like classic like, and you could tell that they were trying not to laugh, like that
all
chemistry.
All of them were trying not to laugh. I was trying not to laugh.
Don't you all speak at once? Sick. Down. Hold it. Now come on now.
That's a classic
hilarious
reenactment of fucking New Jack City.
Yep.
Like that's probably one of my favorite Martin moments
that was
on
hilarious.
That show. That dog where he was just like, sit.
He's like, sit.
And the dog just dropped. Yo,
and
that
then he like has it going over the table like,
oh man,
oh my god, that was.
Now I want to go home and watch Martin.
You could see, but you could tell like that chemistry. It was so genuine and it was so good to the point where like they were trying so hard not to laugh. Like it was that funny.
I don't know, man. I really. I'm worried. It's funny because it's two-sided for me. Yeah. I really want to see them all together. I'm happy. I like that they're all, in a better space with one another, and they're looking to maybe create again, hopefully. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a Martin show, but just be together. I think that they built something. I think a lot of their careers really jump-started and they're cemented now based off of that show. They'll forever be Martin, Gina, Pam, Tommy, and Cole forever. So I want to see that. But on the flip side, because they're cemented, it's just like, oh, I don't want y'all to mess this up. I don't want it. So I guess more to come. I wish more would come out soon. I'm really eager to see what's happening. They keep teasing the shit. And hey, fuck that. Did y'all listen to Tisha Campbell Martin's new single where she was dancing?
No.
That record is kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie. I was I was on Instagram just scrolling away, and she
just
put out just scrolling. I mean, you just scroll. So I'm listening to the record, and she was dancing in it. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right. So here's the record.
Can you read my body language? I'm talking to you. Don't be scared to take advantage. Can you pull the trigger?
She was always able to dance and stuff like that.
Oh, that's at a renowned dance studio in LA too.
Oh, look at you. That's like a Snapple fact. How would you know that?
Because I know some, well, not some personally, some just from content I've seen. Choreographers, and they do a lot of stuff in that specific studio. There's like a few actually, I think in LA that are like they do a lot of like those dance classes, and like some of those people have like big followings and stuff like that.
That's fire.
Yeah, listen, I started getting into that whole thing when I watched Step Up.
Oh my god. Were you backbreaking in the streets of New York
no,
City?
Actually, no. Funny enough, even before then, I did breakdancing because like I had family.
I can see that.
I had family members that used to breakdance, but like I was always intrigued by like dancing and how people did choreography and everything like that. And then when I saw Step Up and saw that, I was like, oh, I'm interested in like actually diving more into this. And then of course when they had social media, that just everything floods there. There's a few things I love watching on Instagram: dancing, barber Instagram accounts, and food.
like barbers.
Like you watch them cut hair, style
I
hair.
thought I was the only weirdo. Only
Nope.
because I used to cut hair and I cut my own hair, so I always watch. Like, I always look for, like, new ways that you can cut hair or do angles or do beards and shit.
Nah, it's
That's
not
fire.
weird. Honestly, it's, you know how on Instagram they have, like, the big square? The barber content is always in that big square. And I feel like that it's probably one of the most, like, people really love watching that. It's usually they realize that I like that. Barber, clips, dancing, and then food. Like Instagram accounts.
Well, yeah,
those are the three that I
you're
like.
a fucking foodie to the 10th power.
Listen.
You are a for real foodie.
But you know what's funny? I'm a foodie, but it's like I'm not out here like eating reckless. Like I'm not out here eating crazy. But
when you eat, you eat.
I mean, a girl gotta eat. I ain't
Oh my
going.
God.
I don't do that whole salad stuff. Like, give me a burger. Like, give me something delicious. Like, that's why I work out and eat healthy during every other day.
Who's calling me? I don't want to talk to these people. All right.
Hello.
Now we are on to the main event. You see what I did there? The main event. You get it? I'm here all week, folks. Floyd
Book him.
Mayweather. Know what I mean? Booking info in the description.
Oh my God! What if it's
I'm
like
so corny.
what if it's like one of those old booking information like was it Uncle Magic?
Who's your favorite uncle?
Uncle Magic!
Some shit like that. We just had to go across.
Stupid.
Uncle
Don't disrespect
Magic.
me. We stepped it up. We're Instagram now.
Yeah, we bougie like that, I guess.
But no, so Floyd Mayweather has been teasing him fighting in UFC or doing something with the UFC. Now, first one was him walking into a UFC ring and kind of just dancing around a little bit. And now a picture surfaced with him in actual UFC gloves. And the ring in the background says Mayweather Promotions. Now, I reached out to a prior guest on our show, DeJuan Blake, as he is Floyd Mayweather's trainer, ring trainer. And he ignored me. So, yeah, that didn't really go well. I tried to get questions out of him, answers out of him,
That could
rather.
be a sign, though.
Yeah, and he just laughed. That's, I hit him with the, yo, so what's up? What's going on, man? He's like, nothing, man. Happy New Year. Mind you, in February, so I know what that means. So then he goes, so I sent him the video. So I said, yo, what's up with this? So he goes, LOL. And that was it. That's where my story, like, that was the clear. Yeah, he curved me. So, I don't know.
That's a sign, though. I think that's a sign.
Yeah. It's got to be something. It's got to be something. I've heard two different rumors here, though. I've heard first that he was actually trying to fight in the UFC and has been training. And then I heard a rumor that it's not him training to actually fight a UFC match, but he is in negotiations to have Mayweather Promotions be a part of a UFC fight.
So would that be a situation when they have a joint deal, like situation with, what's his name, Dana White?
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming. If I'm keeping it all the way a buck, I ain't really never been scared of Floyd fighting someone, with the exception of Mosley. I was a little worried. That hit where the knee almost went down to the ground. I was a little worried. About that. But
A little scared.
Yeah, a little worried. I would really, if he's actually fighting in a UFC match,
Yeah.
I would really, really be scared.
Why
Like,
say that?
Because fighting UFC is different. That's a different ball game. Like, that's like for real hand-to-hand combat. You're not just dealing with boxing. You're dealing with jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, a whole bunch of intricate fighting styles and in submissions. People will literally break your shit. like if you don't tap, your arm is getting popped, your ankle is getting knocked out of socket. Like it's a real gladiator type of sport. And not to say that boxing is not, but that it's just no joke.
Yeah, it's not.
So I don't know. I don't know if he has prior training to UFC. I don't know if he feels like he can pick it up enough to where he can be triumphant in a match or not really get hurt.
I mean, low key, he could have been training all this time. Like, if you're someone that feels like you're the greatest at boxing and that no one can beat you, like, there has to be some sort of feeling of like, okay, like, I'm getting bored with this. Like, I need some excitement, you know? So maybe there could be an opportunity that, like, he was able to kind of keep that feeling down by training in something else or getting into this. We don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see. I wouldn't be surprised if Mayweather Promotions got involved with it. Like, the amount of money that they brought together for the Conor McGregor fight with him, like, was it $600 million or something like that? That is nuts. And making Conor McGregor the highest paid UFC fighter, and just like even like financially setting records for Conor McGregor and stuff, like it would be smart for them to kind of bring him over to assist and help. But
there's also variables I'm factoring in just from a fighting perspective. I'm thinking about health. So number one, I think about Floyd's age. I think about him, and let's say he was training. I think about the gloves that he has to wear now fighting. They're different from boxing gloves. Floyd does not have the best hands in the universe. That's why he had, a legendary hand wrapper who just passed away. That was in his camp. He wrapped his hands for years. When he broke his hand one time, then he found the guy that used to work for I think it's I don't want to mess this up because that's just bad. But nevertheless, and I can't think of his name, so forgive me. I can't think of his name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Legendary hand wrapper for Floyd Mayweather and Corner Man, who recently passed away too. So now I factor that in. Like what do we do now what does he do to protect his hands? How is he going to adjust to wearing these small ass gloves to literally it's
kitty size,
little to no padding? You're disrespectful.
Nah, I'm joking. I
don't know.
I feel like it's just more business. I feel like he's just.
It's always business.
I know it's always business, but I think that it's truly business. Like, think about it. What's the best way to promote you getting involved with this new situation than going into, was it the octagon?
Mm-hmm.
Going into the cage and doing that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like that's probably what they're doing. Mayweather is the guy him and his team are really good at promoting and really good at sparking attention and comments. So that's probably why he's doing it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I never really worry about that aspect of promoting or him being a savvy businessman. I always factor into, I don't think that he's ever going to put himself in jeopardy to where he can get hurt. So I keep that in the tuck too. They know what they're doing over there. In the Mayweather camp. I don't really worry about that. But
they're switching up though. Everyone's switching up. You got him going through that. Ronda Rousey, WWE.
Oh, that was the other shit. Yeah, that's the other shit. How do we feel about that? Even though I saw that coming, but I didn't see her going to WWE. I thought that she would venture off into movies, into film. I didn't see her going into wrestling.
Yeah, that's yeah, I definitely saw the movie route. I wasn't really expecting this, but then I kind of I think there was rumors going around that she might have, and then she I don't want to get this wrong. I forget which WWE event that she actually came out and it was like, I forget which number or anything like that. But I'm wondering, is she doing this out of straight passion? Someone told me that she says she's doing it out of passion. It's not about money because she could have done another situation and would have got a lot more money, aka probably movies. I don't know how accurate that is because someone was telling me that, but I'm curious.
If I'm keeping it all the way a buck, I think that those losses shattered her fucking life and spirit. I think that she didn't have the passion to do it anymore. It's kind of like when Mike Tyson, I can't remember who, I think he lost to, it was not Buster Douglas, it was somebody else, Evander Holyfield, and it was one other fight that he lost, and they were interviewing him, and they said, so can we see you in the thing? He cut him off and was like, no, I don't have the passion for it anymore. I don't have the fighting. That mentality. I don't have that mentality, and you have to have that mentality in order to be successful in the ring. I think that the moment she lost those fights, I think it did something to her spirit, and I think she just wanted to do something that was a little bit more safe in a sense.
What would you choose, WWE or movies?
And
let's just say that they equally pay. Let me just.
I was gonna say.
Let's just say if they equally pay, would you do WWE or would you do movies?
I would do movies.
Okay.
Only because I grew up watching wrestling. Wrestling was great. Ultimate Warrior is my favorite wrestler of all time. Then I found out that he was on drugs, and that charred my whole life. So after that, I kind of realized that
actors and actresses are on drugs too sometimes.
I know, but when I was growing up, I didn't know that. Smart ass.
They don't do drugs.
So anywho, no, but all jokes aside, I'm just not into wrestling. Like I grew up, my household, my pops would always, and my aunt, we would always watch wrestling and shit. My pops were like, it's not real. And I used to literally get into fights with my pops about how real wrestling was. And I discovered, you was right. My bad, my nigga. Like, you got it. He was right. So after that, I've never watched wrestling. I don't watch wrestling. It's not my thing no more.
I peeped it now and then. My mom used to talk to me about how my little Puerto Rican, I mean, she probably did. She's from the hood. You don't know what happens out there. Yeah. But my mom's grandmother, aka my great grandmother, who's like this little Puerto Rican woman, used to watch with a lucha libre, like that kind of stuff, and she would actually go to like events and watch that. I forget my mom told me where specifically in New York they did, but like if she was around when I was younger, I probably would have gotten into it.
Yeah,
I just never really got into it. No shade against it or anything.
Oh no, listen. Growing up on my block, we wrestled. I'm talking about like with pans, like metal plate,
Did
like
you
we
just,
recorded.
Set up the rings and stuff like that?
Yeah. 166 on Harrison Avenue in Jersey City. We would sit there and legitimately hurt ourselves to the point where our parents would come out the house and be like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like walk in the house bleeding and have boxing match. Like we should have been institutionalized. Definitely. Definitely. We were menace to society on that block.
Brandon's a serial killer.
It was bad. It was bad. But I don't know. So I guess more to come. There was a lot of good topics.
There's gonna be so many good topics. I feel like there's never gonna be a dry.
There's always people doing some fuck shit in the world.
People are always doing some crazy ass stuff.
Yeah.
I also saw like I don't know how recent it is. I saw on TV like the conviction of this girl who like stabbed a friend because she said the Slender Man told her to do it.
What?
Yeah, like people are some crazy stuff out there.
The Slender Man?
Yeah, it's like this, like I don't know how to describe it. Is it a folklore? I don't know, but it's like this like internet created like entity. It's not even a human being. It's like some creature entity, like. I don't know. It's like something that was created on the internet. And it's like one of those scary story stuff about the Slender Man. And like if he comes and gets you or something, like horrible things happen. I mean, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah,
and she said,
that's kind of wild.
She like stabbed her friend like I think multiple times, or stabbed her friend or someone multiple times because she said that she didn't want the Slender Man to come and kill her. And yeah.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say. That's it. I'm like, all right. I'm like saying it, thinking, I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy.
I'm looking at you crazy. Listen, we're out of here. Thank you guys for joining as always. Make sure to subscribe, follow us, Grassroots Podcast on Instagram, Grassroots Pod on Twitter, and Grassroots Pod on YouTube, and then also check us out, Audio Mac. For our playlist, we'll drop another playlist as we always do. Thank you for the support, and for artists out there or just acts in general that want to, obviously send us. It's Contact Grassroots Podcast.
Contact Grassroots Pod at gmail.com if you want to send. will also provide that information too. And also to my right, to my right will be an additional video. Please check out another one of our podcast episodes. And then to Brandon's left, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us. Join a part of the conversations. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the topics. Even think about our opinions and everything like that. Just let us know. Let us know what you feel, what you think.
Word. And as always, again, join the group chat that we've created. Yeah. It's growing steadily, which is really good. A lot of cool people in there. So come fuck with us. Once again, I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
And we out.